All right, guys, so we are headed to the Biz Lawyers Secure the Brand Social. I am traveling in traffic to get there, but I just wanted to show you guys how much. Turn that down real quick. I had to show you guys how much I love my city. I love being from Atlanta, y'all. It's so pretty. It's a beautiful day. It's 80 degrees. It is a little bit of traffic, but we are on the way. I'm so excited. So I want you guys to see, this is my outfit. I have my seatbelt on, but don't look. I'm gonna show you guys more of it later. But I did get my makeup done. I don't have the standard tea party outfit look, so whatever, I never do, but I have my pearls, I have my little hat, you know what I'm saying, and I have a beautiful tea party dress, so I can't wait to show you guys what we have in store for today. I'm so excited. So hopefully we get there soon, child. I am late, but my panel does not start until 3 p.m. so I gave myself a little bit of grace today. I was moving a little slow with baby Blueberry, but we are headed there. All right, guys, so we literally just got there. Hey, Bree Nicole. Bree Nicole. I'm a speaker.
Nicole. Oh, a speaker.
Yeah. Oh, cute.
You look pretty.
Thank you.
Right? So then, like, I don't even know. When I think of Hilton, I think of the hotels. Like, I don't even know nobody last name Hilton, right? Because they used it so boldly in those sources. So that's so good. You want to share anything like your story?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
My trademark story? But if you want to.
I will say, I do have a trademark story. Speaking of greatness being in the details and the paperwork, if you have an idea, protect your idea. If it is your idea, your vision, your IP, speaking from experience, protect it. If you have an idea and you bring on partners for your idea,
and now by default, I gotta do business with your husband?
Yeah.
Oh, I never liked this Negro. Now I got to do business with him?
And
Thank you. When I finished law school, where is she? My baby girl right there. She was just a baby, 3 months old when I started studying for the bar exam. And then my
corporate is running their business as it relates to taxes were two total different things. When do we focus on taxes? When do we think about taxes? January 1st, right? Anybody else? An extension, right? That's too late. So, entrepreneurs, whether you're new, 100,000, 500,000, it doesn't matter. Any of those increments that Makita mentioned, you have to start taking a tax planning approach. The time to start thinking about taxes is every day. I got on this plane, this was a tax deduction. If I go away with my friend, I'm gonna try to figure out how it's a tax deduction, right? Everything you have to be thinking about it before the year is over. Because what happens on January 1st? It's a new year, right? We file taxes retrospectively, meaning that in 2024, we're filing taxes for 2023. So if we're going to make a change in regards to how much we're actually paying, we have to look at what our tax liability will be in that year. So by 2024, you shouldn't be hit with the tax liability that you don't know about. You should be able to say, okay, well in 2023, I'm just gonna give you guys, when I first started out, my first year in business, I was extremely lucky. I made $100,000 my first year. This is when I still was working and bringing on clients. Guys, don't quit before you got the clientele. I don't like when people do that. I was at a profit. So what I made, guys, when I said what I made was $100,000. My profit was at about $35,000. I said, I'm not giving this money to the IRS. I started buying computers, laptops, desks. I started paying for education, coaches, consultants, because the reality is being a business owner or an investor is the only industry that will allow you, right, to take a tax deduction by reinvesting back into yourself. If you're an employee, what they say, oh, you want to go back to school, you got to pay for it. Oh, you want to go hire a consultant to better your life? Oh, that's not a tax deduction. Too bad, you just got to do it with your after-tax dollars. So a mindset shift is necessary, and really understanding that January through April is tax paying season, and July through December is tax planning season. right? That's when we have to think about taxes.
Well, you need to put that on a t-shirt and get trademark that too, right? Okay. So Cassandra, we want to.
And Yandy Smith Harris, make some noise.
Okay, so this is the second part of the event, right? So if y'all want to, y'all can take y'all trade the tea hats off if y'all like to. If y'all like to keep them on all day because y'all didn't get y'all cute pictures yet, do that as well. They look good. Y'all look good, yes. So I first want to say thank you. Thank you so much because so I have a 22-year-old son. And every time he calls my phone, I'm jumping to answer the phone. I'm like, you okay? What's going on? You good? He like, Mom, what you cooking? Right? Boy, I'll call you back. I'm in a meeting. I thought something was wrong. You could have texted me that, right? But I think as a black woman, right, and this is nothing against anybody else, but I think we have to live in our truth, right? And Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, like it exposed like, that could have been us, right? But also too the trauma, because you have boys too. Mm-hmm. The trauma of just having a black son in this place. And I know Makita was talking about, investing in Dubai and Ghana and different places like that. And I remember we left Chicago. One reason we left Chicago at the time he was 15. And at this time it was crazy. And he was the most resistant to leaving. And I said, no, we going to Atlanta. And so when we got to Atlanta, he said, well, I'm gonna move to LA because I want to be an actor. And I remember to the people that helped us get here. That dude on the street, on the block, a lot of times, I know for me, that was the one that was giving me $1 so I could go get a slice of pizza. Why can't I go back and tell him about investing? Yeah. Why can't I go back and tell him, like, brother, listen, I know you're getting money here, but let me tell you about what I got going on in Dubai. Yeah. Let me tell you about Yale and how we need to, like, there are so many different things that we can do as a community to help build ourselves. And really, money is power. It is. It really is. Anybody been there before?
Absolutely.
Anybody there today? Okay.
Yeah.
It's the rebirth that's going to happen. There's a shift that is going to happen in your life. And I tell you before God and for all of you, that is what happened to me. My husband had to leave. And at that time, I felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. I was on this TV show. I had at this time, I think I just had Skyler, right? And all of these different comments and blogs and
Oh, so we're gonna be right here?
Yeah, that's the main one now.
Oh, okay.
That's just
Tell me where to stand. I wanna make sure.
Come a little, we will move down a little bit. Hey guys, peace and blessings. This is my little Russian Grill Radio Show from downtown. Bree, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. So we're on Brand Social, and you one of the speakers.
Yes, sir, I am.
Nice. Who are you going to be speaking about?
So I'm going to be speaking about how to actually secure your brand. So pretty much I own 4 beauty bars in the Metro Atlanta area. So it's pretty much going to be going over our brand, like mindset, how to actually just, avoid those different situations when we are securing our brand over time.
What is one of the most common mistakes you see people make when it comes to security?
The most common mistake I see is people trusting others. So that was actually a mistake that I made within myself because I decided to share my pictures with people who I thought were closest to me, and they tried to steal that before I actually trademarked. So that was my main reasoning for wanting to trademark. So actually, I just think that a lot of times you have to be careful who you actually share your journey, your story, your dreams, and your visions with, because when God places something with you, everyone isn't meant to go with you.
Now, what has been one of your challenges being in business and how did you overcome it?
One of my main challenges being in business is actually hiring. So employees has been my main challenge. I'm overcoming it by just putting new SOPs in place, like training systems, things of that sort. Because honestly, the way that you lead is the way that people actually reaction and respond to it. So, you know, just trial and error, different things like that.
What are you looking forward to for the rest of the 2024?
I'm actually looking forward to opening more locations. I'm currently 5 months pregnant, no one can tell, but I'm excited to actually be a new-time mom. So that's probably my main thing at this point, because once I found out I was pregnant, it was like my whole goal for 2024 just shifted. So yeah, just, you know, pretty much keeping business in order, you know, for my baby girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on social media at Nicole, BRE, NICOLE, on all platforms.
Can you pass my lunch for me?
There you go. You're not allowed to see today, and this is the I love my beautiful words, and I'm like so happy you guys are here. Okay, I just want to make sure it's okay. Oh my goodness, it's so many beautypreneurs here. This is so amazing. They gave me a gift for just speaking on the panel and representing them. So I just truly love my beautypreneurs. This event's amazing. Look at all the girls. Everybody is lined up to ask questions. They are here to get knowledge. They're ready to do stuff. So, and we're up next. Our panel's up next. It's about to be amazing.
I'm very excited about this. The two ladies that are going to be moderating this panel are actually coming two of my favorite people that I know and that I follow on Instagram. Both women are involved in community engagement, and they really know what it takes to actually do the work, right? Doing the work. When you think about doing the work and being a vessel, being of service. Both women really know how to do the thing where it comes to where, like, you're trying to get engaged, you're trying to make impact, because it's one thing to have a business, but then when you also go out and do the work and you create impact, is a whole other thing. And so I want to bring the two moderators of this next brain session panel to the stage, one of whom is Dr. Lauren Elise. And fun fact about her, she is the CEO of she's a social media doctor. And she is a certified lifeguard. She knows how to swim. She can save your life, but she can also save your social media. So without further ado, let me welcome her to the stage. Come on to the stage. Miss Lauren Elise. Make some noise for her, y'all.
It's still recording. Am I gonna be sitting right here? She wanted me to go over there.
All right. Next up, I want to the stage. This person, I don't know if I've seen this movie, but she's been killing it on social media. If y'all seen like Everywhere, Nowhere, All at Once, I feel like this is the next moderator. She's everywhere. I'm always seeing her on social media, making a difference. On to the next move. Fun fact about her, she loves to read. She's a bookworm, and she is all about being a change agent for those in the community when it comes to marketing, sales, and helping you go to the next level in business. So without further ado, please welcome the Six Figure Spy, Miss Candace Holyfield.
Yeah.
Hello everyone. See now look, wait, one thing about it, two things for sure. Hey, look, me and Candace are both from Tennessee. We got Memphis right here. We got Nashville right here, and so we're gonna be a little fun. I know we've been, talking about the business, which that's needed, but this we're gonna get a little fun. So I'm gonna say it again. How y'all doing, everybody? Y'all better give us some energy. I know y'all ate lunch, but y'all gotta be with us, okay? All right, so I'm gonna introduce this beautiful panel of ladies. So these are mixed with influencers, women that are killing in the business. So y'all make sure each of them, y'all give them some love as well. We see y'all coming in. Come on in, have a seat. We'll get your pictures afterwards. All right, next up, we have Dr. China Bentley. She's a woman of God, global speaker, faith, and author, finance mentor. So she does it all. She's gonna get you your money. Who needs some money?
Who need God? All right, let's give it up for her. Come on to the stage, Dr. China. All right, next up, we have a beautiful Nakia, and she is a registered nurse. She's a content creator, a mom, a mindset mentor, and a speaker. So give it up for Nakia. Next up, I have my girl, Bree Nicole. She is the owner of Level 10 Beauty Bar with 4 locations. I'm gonna say that again. She didn't have 1 location, but she has 4. In the Metro Atlanta area, and she's also a mommy to be. Y'all better give it up for her, please. Next up, I have my girl, my sorority sister of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Mimi J. She is a celebrity makeup artist, founder of Brown Pretty, The Glamatory, and The Grind for Good Foundation. So give it up for Mimi. Next up, we have a Chicago native. She flew all the way from Chicago, so y'all give it up for her. Exo Berry. All right, Chicago in the building. Wait, let me get her intro out, please. Hold on, let me get her intro out. You gotta get this on camera. It's giving Atlanta though. Right. So she is a multi-business owner, serial entrepreneur, a permanent makeup artist that specializes in ombre, micro-shaded brows. So give it up for Exo Berry again from Chicago. I thought you was gonna give us a little footwork, the way your team was hollering, Alright, next up we got the mogul. This is Princess Dior. She is a serial entrepreneur, business funding specialist that helps business owners acquire 8 figures in capital. Give it up for Miss Princess Dior. Alright, next up we have Mercedes E. Smith. She is the driving force behind Atlanta's fastest growing luxury transportation business, is a multifaceted entrepreneur, actress, and a philanthropist, as well as a devoted mother. Let's give it up for Mercedes E. Smith. It's a powerful panel. Hello. And we still got some more. Alright, last but certainly not least, we're bringing Chanel Kenner. She's a determined, innovative entrepreneur who is breaking barriers and making her mark in the competitive world of business with a passion for creativity and a drive for success, taking on any challenge that comes her way. She does it all. I mean, beauty, design, you know it, she does it. Can we give it up for the panel again? All right, take it away, Candace. Let them know what we're getting into.
So everybody, I know you guys just came from lunch, and this panel is called Secure Your Brain, which we're going to talk about quite a few things. We have a lot of ladies on the panel, so I want to just kill a myth very quickly before we get into this thing. And those of you who don't know me, I used to be a comedian in my other life, so you might laugh a little bit while I'm up here, okay? So to my ladies on the panel, how many people or how many times do people message you and say, can I pick your brain? And how do they make you feel? And we need to let the audience know how they should come to us and ask for, whether it's the mentorship or they want to ask a question or they want some advice. How should we let the audience know how to, because we've secured our brain. We want to make sure we're helping the community to secure their brain as well. So how should they even come to us and ask a question or for mentorship or for lunch or for coffee? What would you ladies say?
Well, I would say that when it comes to wanting to pick someone's brain, you have to understand how much we invested into the information that we already know and that we've been, doing over the past, years and just building our businesses and our brand. So I think that you should ask if we do charge for that. Like, hey, do you have a mentorship program? Do you have, a one-on-one consultation before you just start asking questions? And honestly, just say hello. Because you come up and you're just like, hey girl, so tell me how you did this, you're just like, hold on, how am I doing today? Can I actually, take this on in this moment? And that's the reason why we set things apart, for us to have consultations, for us to have mentorships, because we have other things going on in our lives.
Anybody?
Yeah, I actually got that question so much that I created a service that's called Pick My Brain. So it's a coaching session. Because listen, you have to look at the marketplace to see what the demand is, and there's a demand for it. And they may not always understand the structure, just like you just explained, that this is a service, and I've spent a whole lot of money, multiple 6 figures into the information that I know, and sacrifice and masterminds and conferences to know what I know. And if I'm gonna take you serious as well to just offer you something that can be transformative in your life, then let's create a space for that so that, we can do what we need to do in business.
And I would say for anybody who doesn't have money to do a consultation, most people can't afford mentorship and stuff like that, is how much value do you have to bring to me? I do a lot of barter with a lot of my students. Before they get in my mentorship, they can't afford it, so they might do my social media, they might do my photography and stuff like that. And that's how we're able to build a relationship majority of the time, people who want to work with me. So I would say just bring a lot of value and be an authority of your niche if you don't have money to get started with us with the mentorship.
And I would just like to say, come with humility. Like, just take into consideration that we have lives. Some of us have children and businesses and jobs too, maybe even. So the sense of entitlement sometimes comes across like real harsh and it's like offensive. So it's like, just take into consideration that we have lives too. So just be humble when you ask, and even if you have nothing or you just starting off, you got a couple questions. Most of us, I feel like I don't know everybody on this panel, but I'm a girl's girl, so I don't mind, but it's like, don't come like, hey, you need to tell me this, like, I'm obligated to do it. Like, come with some humility.
And I really, I'm telling you, saying hi goes a long way. A lot of times when we get so many questions, you gotta think about it. People are asking, where's your outfit from? Where is this? What is this? And now that I'm a mom, they're like, oh, what product was that? And it's like, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That's showing I'm from the South. So, I mean, hey, you just run up onto me. It's like, hold on, wait, now what's going on? You ain't learned some manners? So it's more about just getting that simple hi and then asking your question. That goes a really long way. So my next question is going to get a little deep, a little bit. But for those of us, we've seen so many changes. I mean, clearly, we go to the grocery store right now, you're going to get 5 bags, $200, okay? And you're going to have to go back to the store next week because, things have just changed so much. So I want to ask the ladies, what would you tell yourself like you met your 2014 self, so that's 10 years ago, what would you tell her? So, I mean, you've seen things, but that person is not the same person you are today, or it shouldn't be. Hey, some people may still be living the same person 10 years ago, but I want to know what you would tell that young girl, 2014 self. What would you say to her?
I personally will tell my younger self that don't ever compare yourself to anyone else's journey. Don't compare yourself to anything that you see on social media because social media is fake. And most people only post the good stuff on social media, so while you sit at home being discouraged because you feel like you're the same age as someone else, or you should be doing this, or you've been in the field as long as them, I would just say just not take your pace off someone else's success. That's it.
I would add to that like I started in 2010. We didn't need all the makeup, you didn't need all the fancy cars, you didn't need none of the facade that is on social media now. You just needed to be your authentic, true self. My business grew and turned into a few 7-figure companies because I'm me. I'm super transparent and people loved me. And then when they came to my business, I was warm, I was welcoming, I made sure my customer service was intact, and then they told somebody who told somebody who told somebody. So for the person that doesn't have the financial means to create the facade, and I say it's a facade because most of the time they ain't people like, for real, just be your authentic self. Make sure you care deeply about your product, and then that will show itself to consumers, and people will start to sometimes buy things from you just because of who you are. And if you are offering a great service or a great product, whatever it is, you're gonna get marketing just from that. You have to present yourself in the best way that you can for that time and place in your life. If you can't get the fancy logo, it's okay. Like, start whatever it is you start, but don't not start. And that's most people problem. They think they don't have enough money. You have enough to do something, even if it's just talking on social media, getting people to know who you are.
The biggest message that I would tell my 2014 self is that you can, period. Because I feel like that's like the biggest downfall for a lot of us sometimes, is that we don't even believe that we can. And so we're never able to reach the pinnacle of where we can go because we don't even believe we can in the first place. And so because I didn't come from seeing, I didn't grow up seeing anybody successful in business. I didn't grow up seeing anybody do anything for real. I felt like, oh no, I can't do that because I don't have this amount of money, or I don't look like this, or my mama didn't do this, or whatever. And it was just a whole bunch of excuses, because at the end of the day, you can. So whatever it is you want to do, you can do. And I really wish I was there to tell myself that.
So I would tell my 2014 self, and I put this in perspective when you asked that question, it was deep for me. Because in 2014, I had just delivered my daughter 1 pound 8 ounces, and I was pregnant at 6 months when I delivered her. I'm a breast cancer survivor from New Orleans, Louisiana. Went through Hurricane Katrina. That's what got me here. So my life was a reflection of so much. And so what I would say is that it's just a test. It's just a test. And either you win or you learn, but you never lose when you are led by the Holy Spirit. It is just a test. Because the reality of it is, even as we reflect upon Yandy's story, all of the things that she had to go through to get to where she is right now, those beautiful moments that she probably didn't want nobody to see, even though they was exposed because of TV, is really what catapulted her out of pain. And so for me, you know, dealing with my baby, I had made millions of dollars and we were on TV, and now I'm laying on my bed, you know, crying because how did this happen that my daughter was born? We didn't even know she was gonna live. By God's grace, she's 10 years old now, she's doing amazing, she's well, and it gave me so much more purpose. And the impact that I'm making now are for moms who may not be able to do all of the intricacies, but are able to make money from home, life-changing income from home, where they can still be very present with their children so that they can live in harmony, maybe not balance, but harmony, so that they can still fulfill the purpose and destiny in their lives. So it's just a test.
I just wanted to add one thing that really helped me when I met with a mentor, and she's like, maybe you're gonna burn yourself out. And it's thinking like a CEO versus a founder. And I think a lot of us are in founder mode, and we're thinking like our businesses are our babies versus business is business. And the CEO is objective and subjective in their thinking. And if something isn't working, they're not hanging on to every little thing like it's their baby. They're thinking, how can I adjust and make things work? And if it's not working, let me cut ties and pivot somewhere else. So I think as I look back, like I lost a glamatory, you know, brick and mortar years ago, and I was sitting talking with someone in the audience a moment ago. You know, as a founder, I was hurt. I felt like a failure. And once I got past that hurt, and I pivoted and thought like, okay, now I have this weight lifted off my shoulders. You know, now I can see other opportunities that I was just too blind to see because I was stuck as a founder. But as a CEO, you can find other ways to make things happen.
Love it. So I wanted a little bit, just because she asked about the 10 years, and it made me think that 10 years ago, y'all, I didn't have all these problems I got now. It's like you get all this money, you become, you know, whatever y'all call me on the streets. And it's like 10 years ago, I was sleeping just wasn't fine, snoring, knocked out. Now I'm up, you know, answering my DMs, answering emails, taking pictures, speaking, traveling every single week. And so I wanted to ask all of the ladies on the panel, you know, we get this money, we get the success, and then we talking about secure your brain, things happen to us that the public never know about. You know, we decide what it is that we want to share. And I remember I publicly shared how I lost $1 million and how I had to, you know, go through therapy. And so I want to ask you ladies, so we can let the audience know, depending on where you guys are on your entrepreneur journey, maybe you haven't made the millions of dollars yet. You know, maybe you haven't reached that pivotal point that you're trying to reach. And so when you guys do reach that, I want you to know how to be able to handle that and handle if something bad happens and you lose it all and how you go back and get it again. So what advice would you give to the ladies? How do you keep your, I can talk about this all day, but I'm gonna let the ladies talk about it. But how do you keep your mental stability? Because y'all gotta understand, if we don't secure our brain, we can't even secure the brain. Say that one more time for the people. We don't secure our brains, we can't even secure the brain. And so I am so thankful that my brain is in a good mental state and I can do all these things I want to do. So what would you ladies tell the audience how to just handle, hey, I've reached this pivotal point, but maybe something has happened. Maybe I'm losing money. Maybe, you know, their marriage is falling apart because a lot of men never saw you reach this point and now it's a problem in your household. So what advice would you give to them to fight through that brain fog, to keep on going and still, you know, build a brand, but, you know, keep their self intact as well?
Oh, so I know we don't have until tomorrow, so I'm gonna keep a long story short. So I was married for 12 years. I've been married 4 times, and we'll talk about that another day. But the last marriage, my 4th husband, I was married for 12 years, and I just got a divorce in January, but in 2021, I started making 7 figures in like 2000 and probably 12. He had all the money when we met, and he helped me start my business with his money. He thought it was just a little kitchen business, like, oh, let me just shut her up. It turned into a mega brand. I've trained over 10,000 people to do lash extensions. My old Instagram name used to be Miss Conceited. I own Conceited. I've mentored over 8,000 people. I have did a lot, sold a lot of products, thank God. But because I did not secure my brand and I did not secure my personal life and have a prenup, which I didn't know to get a prenup when you're broke. It's like, I ain't got no money, what we securing? In the last 2.5 years, I lost over $7 million. And I almost went crazy. It took 3 years almost now of therapy, okay? I'm still in therapy because every day I want to wake up and just go to his residence and shoot him, but I'm not. I have to tell you the truth about it, but I had to just back away because I was in court fighting $60,000 a month in spousal support. And I'm like, what are we talking about? But they use every sale, every month. I'm making six figures a month, and so they're able to see it. So all of my bank accounts was on a screen for a judge to decide who I was. Every Instagram post, every Bentley, every car, everything that I had, okay, was being displayed across the screen. But long story short, I started bringing my therapist to court with me. I said, I can't get through this by myself. I would hire her. I literally, for the last 2.5 years, I hired her to attend court with me a lot of days because I cried the whole entire time. The business lawyer, I called her like right before this started, and I did my trademark, but my trademark was not approved yet. Maybe like a year ago, she sent me my box. And I was in court because he told the judge he created my brand. And I used to make my products in my living room. I'm like, you don't know no chemicals, what are you talking about? Like what? But anyway, the judge did not know. So the judge, they're not really picking a side. They don't know. They don't know who actually started this thing if you didn't protect it. But I ended up winning my company. So I was in court. His attorney said it was his brand. I needed to give him 50% of the money that was in the bank accounts. So I had to give him half of all the money that was in every bank account that I had. And because I didn't have a prenup, I had to give him half of every property that I owned, and he didn't buy none of them. And let's just say it's a learning experience, because I'm getting a fifth husband, okay? Look at me, all right? That's another story. But, you know, just literally throughout that time, and I had to end up just stepping away from all of my companies. So, because I have a really great financial advisor, I'm still above water. But I would say protect yourself. Even if the business doesn't have any money, think about the future, because God is going to bless you tremendously if you give your brand all that you have. And gratefully, I'm still standing. Don't know how. I tell baby, you got to check with the man up there. Okay, but literally, I would bring the therapist to court with me. And then I had to take a social media break because it was all over social media. Oh, her man gone, girl. I got rid of him. But literally, when she was up here saying these 5,000s and these 7,500s, I lost over $7 million. And I'm still splitting stuff up with a person that never bought any of it. Never did a social media post, never created a chemical, never packaged a bottle or nothing. And I literally had to give half of all of my stuff away because I did not protect myself in that. And that would take you down a mental spiral that is just not safe for nobody. Because I don't know where I was going, but I knew money and things wasn't going to be the downfall of me. So a lot of therapy, and to get off social media, because people are weird and rude, and you will end up in jail and not a mental institution, but doing something to somebody.
And just to say to you, because Miss Conceited, I have lashy brow bars, I have 4, but I took a mentorship with her. So it goes to show you that over the years, you have to invest in yourself with people. So to hear that story and now to think of what I'm going through today, having employees, having, bad business partners, you have to secure things in the beginning because it does weigh a toll on your mental health. As you guys know, I do have 4 locations. That's Sandy Springs, Smyrna, Buckhead, and Fayetteville. Fayetteville is a franchise and Buckhead was a franchise. I'm going through it with my Buckhead location because that was my very first franchise and I did not secure it in the beginning. And it became a friend helping a friend. Money getting mixed up, things happening. Now we're in court, things are going on. So a lot of the girls, I know some people came out here to see, they're like, what's going on with the Buckhead location? Because I just don't even claim it anymore. But it is, and employees can be a toll on yourself as well. So as you continue to grow, you have to protect yourself from the people you hire. You have to have contracts in place. In your locations, you have to have certain things. Don't let anybody get away without a contract. And if that contract, ends up getting void, they need to be put in a new contract. So that's just, and to deal with that is honestly just self-care. Having a good group of friends around you, God, because I don't even know how I made it through 2023 without God. So that he literally put me on his back because in my head, when things started to go downhill and I couldn't handle it, I said, I'm just gonna close all this up. But instead, he was like, that's not the journey that you're supposed to be on. So contracts for everybody. Nobody is a friend in business. So make sure that everything is secure from the beginning. So if you're in here, you're just starting your business, everything needs to be in contract. Every employee that comes to your door, anybody who works with you needs to be in contract.
So first of all, I just want to say how commendable it is that you ladies got up here and were able to talk about the struggles that you've had, because I know that wasn't easy going through, and it's not always easy sharing and opening up and being vulnerable like that in front of people. And so that's very commendable. But that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with the initial question is just having resilience and keeping your goal in mind, keeping God and your will and your plan in mind, and those safeguards that you had, your therapist, things of that nature, getting off social media, those are things that you put in place for yourself because you knew you needed them in order to stay on your P's and Q's and just be okay. So sometimes while we're juggling these brands and juggling our kids and families and people outside, whatever, we have to make sure that we're securing ourselves first because we cannot pour from an empty cup. And so that was going to be what I said, basically, just having resilience, making sure you have safeguards and things that are going to take care of yourself. Do your self-care, have your self-love, do your journaling, your gratitude journaling, your manifestation practices. These are things that I rely on heavily because I've been through it as well. But I don't want to go into all of that. But I'm just saying, yeah, we do, honestly. But yeah, thank you guys for sharing that because I'm sure because you went through that, and because you shared that, that's another thing, keeping that in mind, is that when you go through things, there's a reason for everything. You have inspired many women in this room, and I'm sure many women elsewhere because you went through that unfortunate situation, but because you went through it and you got through it. It's other women now that are gonna know that they can get through it. And so thank you for that, and I'm sure other people are grateful for it as well.
Yeah, and that's gonna be, thank you, that is gonna be my mission, is to tell the story because it's really bad.
Alright guys, so I am leaving the Secure Her Brand Social. Amazing panel, amazing panelists. Oh my goodness, this accident is crazy. Y'all, pregnancy has me with the worst hiccups, but whatever. But yeah, so I'm actually leaving. I'm headed to go support my best friend Paisley. She's being honored tonight. I just want to show up for her in the ways that she shows up for me. So I'm going to head on over there, and all this traffic, y'all, look. First of all, I want y'all to just see this. All this traffic, we've been in this for forever, but look, that's why. I wonder if we're gonna get the accident. It doesn't look like it. I wonder what kind of accident it was. Oh my goodness, so much blocked off. Woo, everybody outside. Woo, woo, woo. Motorcycles too, Lord. All right. Well, yeah, it was an amazing social. Rosina really did her big one. I enjoyed meeting, networking, seeing people. Oh my goodness, it's another accident. Y'all, this is crazy. Is this a sign for me to stop recording and driving? But whatever. So yeah, anywho, amazing event by Rosina. I got some snippets for you guys just to kind of show you guys how it was. Amazing decor. Daybella really did her thing with the decor there. Amazing panelists. Our panel was so impactful. Some of that really touched me. I just see events like this are for information for those who are just beginning, but for us who have the information, it just brings a little new spark. And also there's people who come for the new spark, but I always tell people, I was like, a lot of people in this world need a mindset shift, okay? So a lot of people, it's not that you can't do it, it's that you don't believe you can do it. And it's like you go to these events and you hear the same thing over and over and over again, and each one is just super amazing, and it's different people telling you different things, but in a way where it's like, when are you gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying that to be quite honest. Like, when are you going to do it? So I realized that today too, like, because people ask questions, they're like, how did you get through this? It's like every person's story is so different, you guys, every person. So it's like, bro, the way I got through this may be a whole different way of how you're gonna have to get through your thing, but the thing is you need a mindset shift. Woo, okay, so that's my rant. So yeah, I am headed on up 85, going to make it to my friend Paisley's event. I'm hoping that this stays alive long enough for me to get snippets, but if it does not, guys, I will catch you on the next video. Love y'all. Look at all the women excellent.